let's turn our attention on one stock. A.K. Bajoria, the president and director of J.K. Tyres, joins in to talk about their earnings. It came out with its earnings yesterday. Good set of numbers. Revenues went up 3%, but they managed to improve their margins. Hi, Mr. Bajoria. Margins have improved to 10.8%. You've seen some benign rubber prices in the previous quarter. Can you maintain these margins above the 10% mark? And what are the early trends of how rubber prices or raw material prices have been in this quarter, in the Jan to March quarter?
Well, I think we are hoping that the raw material prices will continue in the January to March 14 quarter, and let's hope that we are able to maintain the profitability or even try to better them depending on the market conditions and also the input cost.
Okay. Mr. Bajoria, thanks for joining in this morning. It seems as though your domestic business has done quite well this quarter, contrary to what's taking place in the Indian automobile industry. Can you just take us through what volumes look like this quarter for you all and where exactly the revenue trajectory came from?
Two things. One, we have introduced 10 new products during the last quarter, October to December, and that has obviously given us an added advantage by introducing new products. And then we have also had a penetration into the segments. We have widened our networks, so that has also helped. And certainly we have increased our exports. Our overall exports, consolidated exports, have gone up by about 8 to 9%. So these are some of the areas which have helped us, and we are working on them further.
You said you'll have expanded your network as well. I believe you all are also looking to raise some money. 1430 crore is what we understand. Could you tell us some more your plans with respect to fundraising?
No, this 1430 crores is already, there's a financial closure, and we have taken funding from the financial institutions, and the other one-third portion has been from the internal accruals. So there is no other funding at the moment.
Okay, fair enough.
Raising of any funds at the moment.
Fair enough. Your capex, which you're planning via this 1430 crores, can you just detail which segments or geographies it would be focused on as well, and when would it ideally or possibly come on stream?
We are adding capacity in our Chennai tire plant. We are increasing our, we are doubling our truck bus radial there. So it is 4 lakh TBRs, and we are going to make it to 8 lakh TBRs. And also the passenger car radial, which was up till now 25 lakhs, and we were already in the process of adding 5 lakhs. So that is becoming 30 lakhs. And now we are adding another 15 lakhs tires per annum. So it will become 45 lakhs, and we already have about 50 lakhs plus. So it will be little less than 1 crore passenger car radial capacity per annum, starting from, let's say, towards the end of 2015.
Okay.
So these are the two main areas, and these are all being done at our Chennai tire plant, which is our most modern, world-class plant near Sri Perumbudur.
Okay. Could you tell us about your Mexican subsidiary? Over there, the performance has been weak. Your revenues were down 25%. Even at an operating level, the EBIT was down 29%.
Well, we have to understand that October-December quarter typically in Mexico is actually 2.5 months, little lower 2.5 months, because we closed down the plant from 19th, 20th of December right up to 5th of January. So that is the main reason why the turnover, the sales is lower in that quarter, and obviously resulting in little lower profits. But overall, if you see, we have shown very healthy growth in terms of profitability, which you would have seen in the consolidated, that the net profit for 3 months is 59 crores, which is higher by 56% to the corresponding quarter, and 9 months, if you see, the net profit is 180 crores, which is 46% higher than the corresponding quarter.
Okay, fair enough. Mr. Bajoria, what is your target on exports then? Because you did mention it grew around 8 to 9% this quarter, and in your press release you have spoken about how exports have shown some amount of momentum this quarter as well. What would your focus be towards the export market come FY15, and would it be a strategy to possibly de-link yourself a little from the domestic market considering the macro uncertainty?
Well, yes, because actually both. Why I said both is that yes, yes to your question, that we are trying to de-link ourselves to an extent from the volatility of the domestic markets, and secondly because we've added so much of capacity, so that would come in very handy when we would like to maintain the relationships that we have built all over the world. Because JK Tyre today exports to over 90 countries, and with dollar ruling at about 62 rupees, obviously it is definitely much better than what it was till July 2013, for instance, when the dollar was ruling around 55, 56.
Mr. Bajoria, coming back to the Mexican subsidiary, we understand that you said that the last quarter was impacted because of the plant shutdown. But stripped of that, what will be a sustainable, revenue run rate that we can expect from your Mexican subsidiary in the coming 2 quarters?
Well, let's hope that we are able to maintain the performance that we have been showing for the last 2 years. But we must also keep in mind the situation in the international markets are not at all very good in terms of demand, but we have been able to maintain our sales and therefore our profits in the last 2 years, as I said. So we are working on that, and we are also developing new markets. We are developing new OEM customers in Mexico, and we are very happy to report that this is the first time in the 60 years of existence of Tornel Mexico that we have entered 2 OEMs already. We have entered Chrysler and we have entered Nissan, and now we are entering the 3rd OEM, and that's how we are maintaining our sales and resultant performance.
Okay, fair enough, Mr. Bajoria. We leave it at that. Thank you very much for joining in. So that's JK Tyres talking about their numbers, where in fact the domestic business has actually done well this quarter, with revenue up 11.6% and the EBIT for the domestic business up 28%. Overall revenues were up 3%, which was impacted because of the Mexican subsidiary. The stock is absolutely flat with a bit of a positive bias. At this point,